Good morning, everybody, and welcome to the Overnight Action Report here at MarketStream.live. My name is Joseph Cusick with the Cusick Group, securities offered by MoneyBlock. It was a grinding market overnight. Taking a look at the Nikkei, basically stayed in a pretty tight range. Finished the night up about $43.90 at 19,085.30. Still is below its 50 and 20-day moving average. So the next level of resistance is going to come in at the 50-day moving average, which is right around 19,000, let's say 206, right around there, 19,200. That's where the battleground is for the bulls. They need to get above that if they're going to get that momentum to the upside. We did see that the yen currency was moving, but it actually pulled back from its best level. So that gave a little bit of a sigh of some relief going into the end of the session for the Nikkei. You see that the dollar also starting to firm up against the Japanese yen. So we're going to watch that action very closely. The currencies have been influencing the markets. A notable name, Toshiba, was up 6% during the Japanese market hours. Taking a look at China and specifically the Shanghai Composite, finished the overnight session up 0.1%, up 330 at 3248.55. Really, what was notable in Shanghai was that the People Bank of China came in, did a very small infusion or injection of capital into the markets, about 30 billion yuan. That's about half to a third of what they've been doing over the last few sessions. So backing off from that, there's also been some notable earnings announcements. There was a name on the Hang Seng in Hong Kong. It's a big Apple supplier. AAC Technologies was up 10%. They had better than expected earnings in Hong Kong. That also is something we want to keep an eye on as we start to see some of these suppliers of components, especially for large cap names like Apple, as they start to report. That could influence or give you a little bit of an understanding of what potentially could be going on with the larger cap entities that they deal with. So Hong Kong did finish the session barely at the plus sign, up $7.30 at 24,327.70. And again, up above its 20 and its 50 days. So the bulls are clearly in control in Hong Kong. You're also seeing that strength in the yuan. The yuan is still with that small infusion. Basically, there hasn't been a lot of necessary need for the PBOC to peg out the currency at this point. Otherwise, everything has kind of been in a tight range, and it looks like it's going to stay that way until we start getting some clarity on the policies here, as well as the fact of the aftermath of what occurred in London. We're going to get some more details on that, but of course, the headline risk is now in the market, especially as we get closer to Brexit and that final vote that's looking or the trigger of Article 50 on the 29th is when it is expected. So let's see if there's some volatility in Europe. Speaking of that, in Europe, we're going to be talking about all of the action going on in Europe at this point in time this morning at 8:45 Eastern Time. Join us here at MarketStream.live. See you then.